Behind me is a 2018 GMC Yukon Denali with a big 6.2 liter V8 and a 10-speed. How's it gonna do on this first drive? Well, that's coming up right now. Under the hood, you will still find the 6.2 liter Ecotec 3 V8 with a rating of 420 horsepower and 460 pound-feet of torque. But of course, the exciting part is the transmission, and I really want to see how well it's matched to the engine, how quickly it shifts. I cannot wait to get on the road. Siri, take me to the office.
I don't know your work address. Getting directions to Boulder. In half a mile, at the roundabout, take the second exit onto Avon Road.
In order to go from Beaver Creek, Colorado to Boulder, Colorado, I have to do the I-Gauntlet. Hey, I'm on the I-Gauntlet. Yes, the truck is empty, I'm by myself, but this is kind of an impromptu first drive, and the transmission so far has performed really well. It's really smooth in its operation. Especially on the downshifts, I've noticed very quick shifts. And right now I'm going up the mountain, 7% grade, towards the Eisenhower Tunnel, and just under 2,000 RPM. But I cannot tell what gear I'm in. Even if I go in range select mode, I can tell the system which gear to use as its top gear, but it will shift on its own and it won't tell me which gear it's in. Is there a way to tell the 2018 Yukon Denali apart from the 2017 model? Well, yes, there is one touch on the exterior that gives it away, and it's this new three-dimensional grille design, but the interior is slightly different as well. Let me show you.
So for our Denali interior, we offer 3 interior colors. Our standard jet black, which is really popular. This is our cocoa and dark atmosphere. It's more of a tonal warm interior. It was inspired very much from home interior design. You'll see a lot of that with furniture and architecture, that these warm neutral tones are really popular right now. So in the Denali interior, what's exclusive is you have a real authentic aluminum brushed finish, and it's in a warm tone. We call it a burnish finish. That's on your around your ICS, on your IP area here, and also on your steering wheel. We wanted to make the interior a little bit more premium for our Denali customer walking up from an SLT. So we have an exclusive leather on the interior. It has a little bit of a smoother grain, it's more premium. We also offer a unique seat sew style, and so this is a registered perf with a boundary pattern of stitching running through it. For the Denali, we have a real authentic wood. It's called Mystique Ash. It's on the door, it's on the sides of the console, and it's also on the IP. What we changed for model year 18 is we actually reduced the gloss level, so we went from a high gloss finish to a satin appearance, and did a little bit more variation in the wood grain. And we also have an upgraded floor mat that has a higher ounce weight carpet, something's a little bit more premium and more reminiscent of what you would have carpet in your home. So in the Ultimate Black Edition, we have a lot of chrome finishes on the exterior of the Denali, and so we wanted to offer a unique wheel. And instead of typically doing an all black wheel, which can, it looks very sporty, but it can kind of minimize the size of the wheel, we did a chrome accent and insert into the wheel. And that really just allows the contrast of the high gloss black and the chrome. And then with the chrome insert, it really ties into the chrome accents on the grille, along the body side moldings, and around your windows.
We tested this truck a couple of years ago, the previous version of it, and that Yukon Denali went 0 to 60 in 7.59 seconds. So I'm hoping that this will be quicker. I'm gonna use automatic 4-wheel drive mode to get the best traction and see how that works. I'm also gonna disable traction control. There we go. There's not really a sport mode. try to get a best time in this gigantic truck. Sounds good. Okay, 8.18. Eight point two six. So actually 8.18 was my quickest time today, which is not bad for a gigantic SUV with almost a full tank of fuel. And actually, if you're wondering how heavy your vehicle is, let me show you a little trick. Here inside the door, you find the GVWR, gross vehicle weight rating. In this case, it's 7,500 pounds. And then you go up to this tire and loading sticker, and it will tell you your maximum payload, which is in this case 1,401 pounds. And you subtract the numbers, 7,500 minus 1,400, it's about 6,100 pounds, which is exactly what this Yukon Denali weighs. Perhaps the 0 to 60 result I got can be explained by the 323 rear axle ratio, which is meant to be a little bit better for fuel economy on the highway rather than an all-out acceleration. Don't get me wrong, this still is a very quick truck, but I think it's geared a little bit more towards fuel economy. And this truck right here has the ultimate Denali package, which gives you the new fancy 22-inch rims, the power running boards, DVD entertainment package. It's fully loaded to over $80,000. You know, what are the benefits, of the 10-speed made it to this engine versus like the 8-speed that was there before?
Well, we have a wider gear range, 7.39 ratio between first gear and 10th gear, and what that offers the customer is an opportunity to be in the right gear at the right time when you're under power, or even when you're trailering or coming down hills. You can always maintain the optimal speed range of the engine so that you maximize the power and you maximize the controllability. So adding a couple of extra gears gives you a little more optimization on being in the right gear.
So Ford and GM co-developed this transmission. Are they the same? What are the differences between them?
There are some differences. Probably the most obvious differences are the integration pieces, so the bell housing and how they're attached to the vehicle. They're unique to the application. But the major difference that we have in the transmissions is how they're controlled. We have a unique controller, we have unique software, we have unique algorithms and calibrations. Those are all developed in-house within General Motors.
And then what are we towing, by the way?
We've got around 3,000 pounds behind us. It's not a lot. We've got 4 snowmobiles and a 2-axle trailer. We don't have trailer brakes on this trailer. You don't need to with that amount of weight. And with this truck's capability, it's not a tremendous amount of strain for this vehicle.
No, I'm not even noticing that there's a trailer behind me. Obviously, I can see it in my mirrors, but yeah, it's so this is kind of an experience. This is what a regular Denali customer would do.
Absolutely. We're here in Avon, Colorado, which is home to Beaver Creek Resort. And for the Yukon Denali customer, this is a typical sort of scenario and lifestyle event that they'd want to experience. They're going skiing at a great resort like Beaver Creek, part of the Vail properties, and they might be towing some sleds to go, off the road and do a little snowmobiling off the paths here. And this customer does have a lot of toys and likes to be outside, and they want to do it in a way that they know they can get from point A to point B comfortably and confidently. And we put a lot of technology not only in the transmission but in the vehicle itself to ensure that we instill that confidence and give them the capability they need.
Grade braking is also available in this transmission, right?
Yep, automatic grade braking, which is a nice feature when you're going down a long grade and the vehicle senses you've been on your brakes for a while. It will automatically downshift and let the transmission help slow the vehicle down so that you're using your brakes less.
I wanted to ask you about the range control, or the L setting.
Range select. Yes.
Range select setting on the transmission, because that allows you to set the highest gear you want.
That's correct.
And also control it manually. But you know what I noticed? Is there a way to actually, for me to know which gear I'm in right now? Is there a setting for that?
When you go into Range Select, we display the top gear that you can achieve when in Range Select. We don't display the gear that the vehicle is in, but we allow you to toggle up and down with the manual select switch on the gear shifter if you want to drop a gear or two or continue in that, let's say, max gear range.
Have people asked for that? Because I know sometimes I like to know, especially in the mountains, which gear I'm in, just to kind of get that extra confidence.
You know, in this application, we have not heard a lot of customers give us feedback on that aspect. But in some of the truck applications, there are customers who do want to see that gear.
The Yukon Denali XL and the regular Yukon has this transmission. Does Cadillac also is going to have this?
Yeah, right now we have it in 4 applications. It first was launched in our Camaro ZL1, which is an extremely capable performance car. And we launched with 2018 in the Yukon Denali XL, which you're driving now.
Nice.
It's also the standard transmission in the Cadillac Escalade and also in the Tahoe RST Sport Performance. And what I think is pretty neat about the capability of our software and calibrators inside of General Motors is we're able to take effectively the same hardware in this 10-speed transmission and control it in very different applications. I think the Camaro ZL1 has gotten many accolades in regards to the quickness, accuracy, and let's say the performance of the transmission in that particular application. But then almost on the other end of the spectrum here, in a full-size SUV, we've been able to maintain the accuracy, the timeliness, how quick the shifts are, but do it in a way that's very smooth for this particular application. And that shows the skills of our engineers and integrators that they can do that with effectively the same hardware.
Go back to tfltruck.com for more news, views, and real-world Yukon Denali reviews.